Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Suzerain. This is episode number 10 in our Let's Play series, playing the major update, which just came out recently, and really enjoying returning to my time with this game. This is a choose-your-own-adventure, role-playing visual novel type game with strategy elements as well, and it's a fun little game where you're playing as a fictional country after a tumultuous period in the 1950s in a fictional Cold War. In our last episode, we were negotiating within our own party because we're in a parliamentary system, and we were negotiating within our own party to get the votes that we needed in order to win the constitutional amendments that we're looking at getting. And in order to do that, we need the support of our party. And so we made some promises to the head of our party not to further privatize certain sectors of the economy. And then we also made some promises to sort of a reformist leader in our party where we promised to make him vice president. And our best friend is our vice president. So that'll be, we'll see. I mean, we'll see what happens. With that being said, this was taken from a Twitch live stream on my Twitch channel. And we're going to jump right back into it. So hope you guys enjoy. Let me know your thoughts down below. And without further ado, away we go. All right, so we've got Arcasia offers aid. They've reached out and offered aid in return for Air Force access. Arcasian Foreign Minister Laurent Martel has proposed an extensive aid package for Sordland. This package includes financial assistance, logistical support, and equipment aid. In return, Arcasia seeks refueling and repair access at Sordland's yearly Air Force, in addition to occasional flyover rights in Sordish airspace. That's a good chunk of cash. What do they want? Repair access and refueling. Sure, that's not too bad, right? That's a good chunk of cash for not too much of a commitment. At least I don't think it's too much of a commitment. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. But all they asked for was landing rights. I'm okay with that. A religious harmony bill has been passed by the GNA. Section 1 of the RBH mandates that all sermons conducted during the day of dissension ceremony at the Arch Sanctuary of Dire will henceforth be held in Sordish language. This move is aimed at promoting inclusivity and common understanding among the worshippers. Section 2 regulates the language in sermons. Section 3 sets forth new regulations for priests. This feels like it would unfairly target non-Sordish folks. So no, I'm going to veto that. I don't care about that shit. Call from Gus Manager. What's he want? Mr. President, how are you doing on this fine day? Fine as well, you? I'm good, because business in Sordland is running as usual from my end. Thanks for asking. I'm calling because I received a call from the CEO of Armadine Industries, Aaron Bridges, about the recent initial public offering on the Venturi City Stock Exchange. As you might have guessed, it's about our significant venture investment of 2,000 shares worth nearly 2 million ren. I'm very pleased to say that we've made gains. The shares have doubled in price at the IPO and VCSE and will soon receive the profits made from the investment. Isn't that great? Great news. How much should we gain? You'll love it. In total, we've made nearly 3 million Sordish ren. It was risky, yes, but look at where we are now. Some things are just worth taking a risk for. Exactly. Electronics manufacturing has a great future, and Armadine seems to have a head start. I assure you this will pale in comparison to what we'll do together in the future. The money will be transferred to your personal banking account shortly. Keep me up to date on other opportunities, sir. The management sent you one of their brand new radios as a gift. Miss Suna will bring it to you. Goodbye for now. Sweet. I'm rich. I don't think it was insider trading. We didn't know it would succeed, right? Okay. Ah. United Cantana's voiced disapproval of financial accord between Arcasia and Sordland. Great. Maybe it'll make Rumburg less likely to attack me. Private party of the Gentleman's Club, Villa of Peter Vector. The Ministry of Health has begun working on a health report with a proposal to allow privatization in the health system, potentially generate new resources for the ministry. No, we're not going to privatize the healthcare system. We already did that with education. Immigration regulation. We're in the middle of a meeting in the palace and about immigration policy. The ensuing discussion quickly became heated. I don't think so, Mr. Whiskey. It just doesn't make any sense to me that a foreign citizen should come before a Sordish citizen in Sordland. Well said. My analysis is also in line with this, especially during the economic recession. We're giving Sordish jobs to migrants from other countries. What about our own people? Immigrants are the reason our economy is not completely unsalvageable. Look at Angolian immigrants in Agnaland. They've been revitalizing the whole region and in turn boosted the economy of the entire country. Statistically speaking, allowing immigrants to become part of the workforce contributes to our economy, but I agree the current situation is very nuanced. With that said, we can't just tighten our immigration policy and expect our economy to stay the same. We need to put our economy and its recession at the forefront. Thankfully, we've just started receiving financial aid from Arcasia. And then what? We'll become their servants. Firstly, they'll place their warplanes in Elroy and their armies and come and you'll see. All we're doing is letting them repair their aircraft and fuel them. It's not like an Arcasian base. I've done this with Sordish citizens in mind, nothing else. That's how they take over countries, you know. Superpowers don't close their borders. We need to modernize and reach the level of the superpowers. I have no questions. We promised to tighten immigration in our election promises. That's true, Lales. We have no stability. We will keep immigration laws relaxed. I'm not doing anything that's going to mess with the economy at this stage. We didn't abandon native swords. Can't we just shut immigration with Valen then? Okay. Keep up the good work. The economy looks like it's slightly tilted downward. It does. I think the situation is that it's stabilized, but Law and order's been restored. Nationwide protest quelled. Hell yeah. Occasional flyover rights and refueling access to our Air Force Base. That's all we gave them. The Arcasian 4th Fighter Wing, a crucial component of the Arcasian Air Force, conducts occasional air rotations around the Elroy Air Force Base. That is not... I didn't agree to give you... I gave you repair and refuel rights. I didn't give you a permanent air base. Okay. Red Youth Hideout raided. Editor of the Radical is suspected of helping terrorists. What a bastard. Let's shut the Radical down. Central Bank's draft economic recovery proposal. Okay, but the economy's okay right now. Alright, where we've got the private party. Golconda's rallying against Sordland. Wayland condemns Arcasian financial aid. Vagsland wardens against Sordish privatization. Okay, let's go to the Gentlemen's Club with... Why is it going down? Starting to lose my focus and my temper was growing increasingly thin. Peter was the first to realize that I needed a break. After much cajoling, he finally persuaded me to come to a meeting of his new venture, Gentlemen's Club. For the past few months, he'd been hosting a salon of sorts, not just for politicians and businessmen, but also for artists, entertainers, people of taste. There was only one rule: no wives or girlfriends allowed. Found myself in front of his new luxury villa in Elroy. Very loud jazz music emanated from inside. I waited and waited. Finally, Peter opened the door and I could smell whiskey on his breath. Okay, he's more than a little drunk. And I present you Peter Vectorn, the first alcoholic vice president of Sordland. Okay. Drain your glass. Okay. How are you paying for all this? What did you promise him in return? Only my money. I mean, I guess I could just be like, Peter, you scumbag, and say, now you're not going to be my vice president. But I'm kind of curious where this will go. Okay. So Peter's having an affair with one of the waitresses, huh? At least that's what it sounds like. Peter, I'm warning you, don't make a mistake. Mr. President, a toast to our new member, everyone. You don't seem all that surprised to see me here. That's because Peter said you were going to come. Let's take a walk. The balcony is an amazing view. I will say, though, cigar mixed with whiskey, very good pairing. Okay. I'm glad my investment decisions are paying off. First offer is, of course, real estate. There's a vineyard close to Elroy, about 1 hour drive from here, that also includes a very large villa. Beautiful plot, but rather neglected, so there'd be a fair amount of renovation costs. On the bright side, you'd be able to produce your own wine. The previous owner was Geralt of Ribery, a world-renowned vintner. Then there's the option of a football partnership. I already own a large portion of VC Enrica. I'm doing my best to make them champions. Buying in would be more expensive than the vineyard, but this season will bring in a lot of returns, I'm quite positive. My biggest opportunity, though, is the possibility to buy shares in Underhill Construction. My connections ensured me that this would not be open to the public and would benefit you greatly. As you know, you're the biggest construction company in Sordland. Give me the word and I'll start the procurement process, but we must act quickly. So I'd like to invest in Underhill because I already know that it's a positive situation with them and the fact that they're building that roadway and I'm giving them money to do stuff, but that seems a little unethical. I'd like a vineyard. That feels reasonable. It shouldn't get me in too much trouble, I don't think. Mr. President, is that an empty glass I see in your hand? Resulting in your very wise decision to invest in Sordish money and Gazam. We're seeing growing interest from international investors, by the way. I'm optimistic about the results of Sordish investment. Terrific. Looking forward to a big payoff. My apologies, Mr. Alfonso. My vice president has a bit too much to drink. Was that you in the hedge, Peter? Probably a couple of kitchen staff getting frisky with each other. Peter, you know you can tell me anything. Red lipstick on Peter's collar. Titus, I am being somewhat unethical. I'm just not being over the top unethical. Plus, we're getting rid of the presidential impeachment, and one of my terms within my party was basically no surprises. So I'm trying to prevent any obvious scandal. That party was a little too out there for me. Oh, this is the Benefi Festival. No evidence on the Holstered State fire. Ooh, the economy looks like it's slightly ticking up now. Just barely. Or at least it's level. Our motorcade slowly made its way toward the magnificent Benefi High Arts Center. Night was falling and the festival was about to begin. I flipped through the brochure that had been given at the hotel. On the front page was the face of Curtin Lesti, mayor of Enriquia. He was a Benefi native who had a long-standing relationship with the city's current mayor and had been personally invited to make the opening speech. The Benefi Festival was one of the biggest events of the year. It originally marked the start of the annual religious pilgrimage, a weeks-long journey still undertaken by devout Neurists. But today it was better known as a cultural celebration that drew thousands of revelers to the city. There were film screenings, concerts, theaters, dance performances, art exhibits, and celebrity-studded nightly galas. The opening ceremonies were broadcast on TV and watched by millions. As the car slowly slowed and a courtier of reporters and security guards rushed to meet us, I turned my attention to Monica. Since I'd refused to let her make the opening speech, her attitude toward me had changed. She now only spoke to me if I asked her a question, or if it was something important concerning the children. You ever forgive me, Monica? I know, and I understand. It's just going to take some time. I'd been asked to make a quick set of remarks introducing Kurt Lesti, and I beckoned Monica to join me on the podium. Monica brushed past me, took her seat in the front row, and crossed her arms. I walked alone to the podium. I spoke for just a minute, reading a paragraph my speechwriter had churned out, the importance of the festival and the Benefi of Sordland. I concluded by inviting Kurt Lesti, the mayor of Enriquia, to the podium, and I stepped down and joined Monica in the front row. Her arms were still folded. Welcome to the first day of the Benefi Festival. He paused for a moment to let the crowd cheer, and his eyes briefly met mine. This is a night for the people of Benefi, indeed for the people of Sordland, to put aside their differences and come together in celebration. Yet as we unite for the festivities, we must remember the real reason we're gathered here. This festival was founded around the principles of our cherished religion, Nurity. Yet over the years it has been severed from its sacred roots and become something else, something more perverse. An excuse for public drunkenness and grotesque displays of the flesh, an occasion for young women to parade their bodies and engage in libacious behavior. As he went on, I could see Monica becoming increasingly agitated. What the hell is he talking about, libacious behavior? What century does he think we live in? I don't know. Just let it be. Perversion hidden under the guise of art is not befitting the beautiful city of... The crowd was becoming restless. Many of the younger attendees were murmuring in disagreement, while a few of the older ones were nodding vigorously. As I said, perversion hidden under the guise of art is not... Enough! All fell silent, and Monica rose. Oh, God damn it, Monica! Mr. Lesti It is not young women who are a disgrace to this fine festival, but you. You and your backwards puritanical attitudes which have been holding this country back for too long. Watch the events unfold. Monica turned her face to the audience, speaking loud enough to be heard without a microphone. Women of Sordland! We must not let people like Mr. Lesti use religion as a justification to demean and oppress us. Our time has come! Shocked gasps rushed through the crowd. A few people rose and applauded. Kurt and Lesty waited to speak. I think Miss Rayne is forgetting her place. What do you think my place is, Mr. Lesty? The kitchen? This festival is not about your retrograde traditions. We are living in modern times now. It's 1954. Ooh, yeah, 1954. I guess it's as modern as it could be back then. Because you can't... No time machine. It isn't your place to decide how the people of Benefi, especially the women, should be celebrating their own festival. I looked at the podium to see Kurt Lesty's piercing gaze on me. There would surely be a price to pay for this. Mr. President, could you please control your wife before she embarrasses herself any further? Oh boy. So Monica already doesn't like me because I didn't let her do the speech. But it's a pretty it's a fucked up situation at this point anyway. It's either piss off my wife further, which I don't want her to leave me, or piss off this guy. I vote number 4 because this dude's rude. Yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna go at. You're gonna call my wife out in front of in front of a crowd? Like, dude, fuck you. Task was to give an opening speech, not a moral lecture. Go on. Praise God, he's only allowed to speak for another 2 minutes. Yet traditions that form the very fabric of our society are being tested, even as I speak. We must stay true to our values so that Sordland can prevail, so that Benefi can prevail. With these at the forefront, I am convinced that Sordland will continue to be the greatest nation in the world. I invite every single one of you to celebrate our roots and our traditions at this holy Benefi festival. I hereby declare the festival open. Praise God, praise Sordland, and praise Benefi. Spent the rest of the evening alternatively watching the festivities and conversing with local politicians. But thanks to the festival still raging outside and the sound of Monica tossing and turning beside me, I couldn't sleep. I mean, I tried to split the baby in that. I both stood up for my wife, but also didn't at the start of that, so... Alright, so 1,000 people are fleeing from Valen. Plumber Smack, thanks for the raid. Appreciate it. Welcome, folks. Oh, by the way, Bouncer and Beth, thank you for the follows. Zarnia as well. BFF collaborators. Yeah, we know the BFF's a problem, but it does say that things have stabilized. Protests and occasional looting continues in the region of Nargis. The police report the violence has been minimized and the situation is mostly under control. Estoril police forces report that several militants have been hiding among the protesters and being watched closely. That's not good. Sounds like a false flag to me. The Ministry of Education cut funding from several universities and technical schools, which caused significant outrage among academics. There's reports of schools being understaffed and facilities shutting down. Damn. All right, though, that's going to do it for today's episode. A little bit shorter than normal, but I need to split this last segment up. This was sort of the second half of the live stream, and I don't want to do like a 20-minute video and a 40-minute video, so I'm going to split this in half. We'll pick this up in our next episode. I tried to be political and not appease my wife for political reasons, but then it turned out I ended up getting into a mess anyway. And I think we made the right decision to stand up for our wife against the whatever that puritanical leader within the party. That was pretty bullshit for him to just start going off like that. You know what? In that situation, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Right? If you don't support your wife, then the politician's gonna be fine, but your home life's gonna be wrecked. And if you do support your wife, then the politician's going to be happy, but there's no happy medium there. And so I think we made the right decision. With that being said, we'll see how things turn out in our next episode. And until then, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching, and I'm out.